Well, I've been working this morning and I hadn't been taking pictures, but I'll show you what I've been doing. Beside the old house here, we've got a kind of a rat hole that has some old furniture and stuff, and this was one of my projects that I did this last week. It was an old chair and I had to take the rust off of it. Really looked bad. It still doesn't look very good. It's better than it was. So what I've been doing, you see all this scrap in the yard. The end of this house was completely messed up, trashed up, and I had to use the grinder to cut the metal in pieces where I could get it out of here, clean this up. There's a couple more of these old chairs that I might want, but I don't know where. This old iron pot right here, oh, there's not a snake under there. That old iron pot was my grandfather's iron pot, and we used it on the farm. And over here, well, the wind's really blowing, I hope you can hear me. Over here, this was my great-grandfather's Starks. That was the Dozier pot over there. This pot was my great-grandfather Stark's pot, and there was a blacksmith that lived in Forney, and he turned this into a barbecue grill for my dad, and then my dad passed it on to me, and it's been sitting out here rusting, and this lid slides off, but it's rusted too right now. Right here where it's supposed to rotate is rusted up, and I'm trying to get some penetrator on it to see if I can get it fixed. So that's what I've been doing this morning. I got one other cut to make here, I think. No, that's pretty much it. I've been using the grinder here to cut these cables into, and I've also got all this old hose I got to throw away, so I'm gonna have a hard time getting all this stuff into the trash. So that's what my project is for today. The rest of the day is to
here's another
finish
one of these
getting
old
this cleaned
project
up.
chairs. They were throwaways 25 years ago whenever we put them outdoors behind the house. I think they were probably, again, were grandparents' chairs. And they're really not worth the effort, but since, don't have anything else to do, well, might as well see if I can clean it up, maybe put a little paint on it. I wouldn't mess with these projects if there's nothing else left to do. So here goes to see if we can get a little of this flaky stuff off. a good thing. Achoo! Achoo! It's a good thing I got a vacuum system here to clean all this mess up in here. It's messy enough as it is. So, anyway, we'll see. Well, I'm walking the letter down to the. I'm walking the letter down to the mailbox. I worked myself out today, and been sitting in watching TV, and now it's about 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna take a little walk around the pond. The wind is crazy today. I don't know why the wind's blowing so hard. Look at my catalpa tree. Can you see the blooms on it? Uh-oh, Merlene's got something today. Ah, brushes. Brushes for china painting. Okay, there's the brush pile that I spent the last few days creating. A lot of work. I thought that I would take a little walk around the pond, show you what the looks like. I mowed this yesterday, and this is one of our dog's burial sites right here. That's her little tombstone. So we'll walk up through the trees here. This is the back side of the property. And our house is up there on top of the hill. Oops, I just ran something off the bank here. Must have been a turtle. We've got a couple of catalpa trees that drop their seeds and they float in the pond, and then they reroot on the sides of the pond. So I've got lots of catalpa trees trying to come up. They're pretty this time of year. They've got these pretty blooms. There's some buds on this one, hadn't quite bloomed yet. Well, the good part, oh, look at these catalpas here. It's nice not to be confined to an apartment during this virus thing, but having this property means I have to take care of it. So there's plenty of work to do. And we're on the dam here. I've got a couple of floating docks that we used to fish off of. Okay, as I made the video that I posted a couple of days ago about me chainsawing on this tree, I realized that I didn't ever post any pictures of the finished product. So here is the finished product. Here's the tree. It's a juniper, just more of a bush, but this is an old one. And you can see where all the limbs were cut off the bottom of the tree and exposed the ground where it didn't used to be exposed. So now when you drive up the driveway, you can actually look up the driveway and see the house. This did not used to be the case. So I think it looks a lot nicer than it used to. So I guess that's it. I got the mail. I got Merlene's brushes. I take them up to her. Yeah, the wind's blowing so hard, it's wrapped the flag around the pole